Three companies, disrupting what you know about marketing and branding. Welcome to M Squared.
You want me to leave?
This is a cool jingle. Did you guys make it up yourself?
No, it came with the stock
Who composed this?
Welcome to another edition of M Squared. I'm your host, Dan Ryan. Joining me always, Mike Bloomfield,
What's up?
Anthony Rapp, PR
What's up?
Decision,
Came with the studio.
and Nastacha from Jigsaw Youth.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Did he pronounce her name right?
Nastacha.
He did.
Oh, okay.
With a T. With
I
a
got
T.
one right. I'm like 1 for 1.
Just
Usually,
making sure.
usually I butcher names on this thing, but
Well, she
I'm
asked who
honored.
made the jingle, so you might as well actually play a real like Raps Ram, which is a truly custom jingle we had created.
And now, for today's Raps Rant.
Made. So he made that.
Oh, so you're going for like the new metal UFC shit, really?
That's what
so
Dave
what
and I-
happened?
That's what David went for.
Why didn't we have this in the intro?
Well, because this is just exclusively to introduce my rant of the day.
Oh, that's funny.
So we'll do a rant.
You
Wanna
have
do
a
it?
rant?
Yeah, the rant is the friggin'
I
solar
figured
eclipse.
your rant was getting rid of me.
The solar eclipse.
Is it the section like Rapachul rants? Is that like the
Yeah,
thing?
that's like Raps
See,
Rant.
she even says my
Raps
name right.
rant.
there you go.
Wow.
I don't.
No, but the rant is the friggin' solar eclipse.
Why is that a
cool.
rant?
We
It's
get it.
something that only happens every 100 years.
All right, but we had this conversation
20-something.
outside. So prior to social media and instant gratification and all the stuff that we're used to, 10, 15 years ago, you'd have walked outside and be like, oh, it's dark out. And just kept
First
about
off,
your
it
business.
did not get dark.
Whatever happened. I was busy working, so I wasn't paying attention.
So 10 or 15 years ago,
I
they
went
used
blind.
to put a pin
Yes,
in,
in the ping hole.
in like a piece of cardboard.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like
It was big.
everything instantly.
Yeah,
like
but
all
that's-
day today, all of social media. Look up, look up, look up.
Because social
they're
media
letting
wasn't
kids out of
there, that
school
they didn't
early.
have the ability to get that out. It's
I
the
know.
same way that things go viral today. So it's all social media. That's what it does. But in fifth grade,
I like it, but I just
my
disagree with
vision
this thing.
is messed up from looking at a solar eclipse. Fifth grade, I was in IS 34. But I was really in PS1. We were annexed in 34, and we had to go from 34 to PS1 during the eclipse.
Right.
And everyone had a ping hole. Remember the box with the aluminum foil? My parents refused to make me one for some reason.
Oh, God.
Every kid was going, ooh, wow. And I was like, I want to see. And I looked up. 2-3
that's it.
weeks later, I need glasses.
Retina ruined.
Right in the room.
Wow.
I can't see the biggie on the
But the
top
point
of the
is,
chart.
outside of school, right?
Yeah.
What? Not everyone in the world walked outside and looked up. I don't think. I mean, I'm 40. I've seen at least 2 or 3 of these.
You
in
were
my
too
lifetime.
busy at the gym.
Yeah, no, not anymore. That's my rant.
So he just said he can't see the Big E, but he's the guy who drives us all over all the time.
I wear contacts. But if my contact falls off, you better be driving.
That's
it.
terrifying.
Social media is good and bad. The ruination of it today is just watching people stand. People
But-
don't know how to drive or
Oversaturated.
walk or do anything as it is, and now they're all like this.
I
Just
sure
saying.
your son looks just like
Dan's
that.
pissed.
I
Dan's
just-
pissed. He's like, I love the eclipse. I'm all about it. He's like,
was
I
cool.
just came off the roof.
We
like
have a
science.
picture of us embracing,
of course
watching
you
it.
While we were down here doing the pre-interview for the project at hand here.
We look like Doc Brown and Marty McFly.
Bring it back.
But,
Guys, reel it in.
but so here,
Reel it
let's
in,
bring it
Dan,
back.
reel it in.
Wait, you're complaining about social media.
No, I'm not complaining
but
about it. I'm
that's
saying how
something
it's
that helps
changing.
bands today and has made it easy. And I'm not going to say easy, but has made it easier than it was from standing on the street corner. And we had this discussion, handing out
I mean,
CDs.
don't get me wrong. I did that too. I'm gonna be
Right.
real.
Right. You
I
had
was posting flyers on bus stops. I would come by the next day or the next week, and they'd be ripped off, and I
put
would
them right back up.
Yeah.
But the ability to go and throw a post on Instagram and
Yeah.
get someone makes it much easier.
if you can time it right, and yeah, I mean, absolutely, it's a great tool.
Let's hear your story. Let's get
From the
back. Let's
beginning.
get back.
From the
Let's get
beginning.
back.
Reel it in.
Where do I start?
Where you were born.
Staten Island.
Nice.
Started playing music.
Yeah, I started playing music when I was 12. My dad showed me Led Zeppelin, and that was just like it for me. No question about it. I was like, I need to be in a band. So I started taking lessons at Rustic Music on Forest. Just fell in love with it, and then as I got a little older, I was like, I need to start a band. So I started playing and jamming with some kids and stuff. Wasn't really working out. We could not get our shit together. Like a lot of musicians just are scattered. So to find people that can like get on the same boat with everything, very rare. But eventually I met a girl in school. She was drumming. We were kind of going back and forth. Didn't really work out. And then somehow, magically, back in the day, we had Tumblr, which
Yeah,
people
shout
don't
out
really
to
have
Tumblr.
now. Yeah, shout out to
They're
Tumblr.
still around.
I had an anonymous Tumblr, and someone had reached out to me and was like, hey, I really like your Tumblr. And I liked theirs too. So we were going back and forth. They were anonymous as well. And then we started shooting some messages back and forth. And my bio was a Red Hot Chili Pepper reference because they're my favorite band ever. So they said like, oh, I like your bio. So in my head, I'm like, how the hell do you know what that is, right? They have to be into the shit that I'm into. Ends up, it's Maria. So we were both 16. We, start shooting messages. She's like, I'm a girl. I'm from New York. I'm like, yeah, me too. She's like, I play bass. I'm like, I play guitar. Where do you live? So she was living in Manhattan. I was here. We were like, let's meet up. Because she said the same thing. I'm trying to start a band. I can't find nobody out here.
And obviously she wasn't a creepy 90-year-old man.
Right. Well, so we Skyped when Skype was a thing. So
I'm a girl too. Me too.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get coffee. Where
Right.
do you want to go?
So we followed each other on Instagram and then we Skyped because I was nervous.
Well, Skype, that's good. All right. So you did the right
I
thing.
had a face to
But
the
I'm saying,
name.
but that's funny. At least she did that.
We're way aged out of this because she's over there like excited about Tumblr and Skype. We were on AOL Instant Messenger
Don't get
and
me wrong. I had an
MySpace.
AOL as well. Right.
And MySpace.
I had one as well. But yeah, Tumblr was a little bit more like for me, whatever. Because it was art. It was if you were into art and photography,
Yeah.
whatever. So we met up, boom, sparks fly. We were already writing music before we met up. We wrote our first song on Skype. And then when we met, we were like, okay, we need to find a drummer. So I went with one of the drummers that I had at the time. And so we're 3 girls. I only wanted girls just for marketing purposes. I felt like I could put it in certain pockets that I knew. You know what I mean? We were playing just, a lot of hardcore punk. We were listening to a lot of like Bad Brains, Fugazi, Black Flag, Dead Kennedys, Sex Pistols at the time. But I grew up on more of the grunge side, so I was always bumping Nirvana and Soundgarden and Pearl Jam growing up. So we kind of were blending those genres together, and that's how our first record came to be. And then in college, I met my current drummer, so she's been in the band for a few years. She's actually a teacher. She was in this building. I was like, come by. But she don't talk to nobody. So she was like, I'm good. I'm going home. So yeah, I met her in marching band at Wagner College. I hated marching band. They wanted me to play bass. It was just like, I went because they were giving me
Hardcore
money.
rocker in the marching band.
Dude, it was so horrible. I was getting in trouble all the time because I hated the arrangements. I never learned them. And then they'd make you wear the uniform with the feather. And I was like, I'm not wearing that, the plume. And literally they'd be yelling at me in the football stands, like, Nastacha, put the plume on. And I was like, I'm not. Like, I would just yell at them. I was like, I'm done.
I'm so excited for David to hit all the bleeps in this episode.
Yeah.
This is like the most opening episode we've ever had. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
Like it. And we didn't even
for
talk about the marketing yet.
Right. We're going to get there. It's only going to get worse. My old music teacher in high school, she was telling me, she was like, there's a girl that drums in the marching band at Wagner. Just ask her if she wants to, because I was in the middle of doing a record and I had kind of fired the drummer that we had at the moment. So I was like, I need someone to finish this record off.
Because drummers are assholes.
Yeah, listen.
Right? You were a drummer?
No. My best friend was a drummer. He taught
You're a
at Russ's
You know what it is?
music. And
They're fine. It's just like, it's hard to come
Egotistical.
across. No, ours is quiet. She don't care.
Are
She's
you
so
a
go
drummer?
with the flow.
So
You have a vendetta against drummers or some shit. It's singers that are really the most annoying.
And are you the
Not
singer?
even Maria. I'm not. I'm the backing vocal. I'm a guitar player. I just run
the
the
person
show.
who's in the front.
Oh, you're a drummer? No.
No, he's just annoying like a singer.
And I don't even mean my band. I just notice that I meet other singers and I'm like, all right, you got a couple screws loose. But so we all do. Anyway, she's like, there's a girl in the marching band. You got to talk to her. And I was like, I have no idea who they're talking about. I was so mentally checked out. But eventually I see her walk into the basketball court. And I just immediately was like, yo. She's like, what up? I'm like, are you drumming? She's like, yeah.
Match
And
made
she's
in
like
heaven.
holding a drum. She's like, you idiot. I was like, she's like, yeah. I was like, listen, I'm in a band. You want to be in it? She's like, what kind of music? I'm like, it's like 90s grunge. She's like, all right. I'm like, you got a basement and a kit? She's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, practice at your house Friday. If you don't know the whole set,
You want
it's
to
totally
be in the
fine.
band? Sure. You want to host it? Yeah. I like skirt steak. I like lobster tails, and only a Pierre Jouet
That's
rosé.
literally what
Taco
happened.
Bell.
Yeah.
That's literally what happened. And then we go there,
See you
and
Thursday.
I'm like, if you don't know of the whole set, it's totally fine. We get there, we plug in, whatever. She knew the songs better than I did, and we're the ones that wrote them. So we were like, okay, you're in. And I told her when I met her, I was like, once you're in, you're never allowed to leave. And she was like, okay, that's fine. So literally ever since then. So we start rocking and rolling around the islands. We're booking our own shows. We built a really nice community here. We're playing, with Jeff at Pugs and Dock Street and doing a lot of underground shit in all the boroughs, really. Some really interesting, not safe areas. I don't know what we were thinking, but that was the vibe.
That's where talent comes out. Mm-hmm. right? When you're challenged.
It's part of where you
Yeah.
gotta play the gigs, right? You gotta
Yeah,
go
I
where
mean,
the
it was
shows
just
are.
like beat down, run down basements, and I don't even like upstate in like Newburgh. I mean, it was
Apparently
just,
in Peoria as well. Peoria,
yeah. Well, I was there on tour in the fall, so that's why I mentioned it.
Northern Illinois.
Yeah, so it's a couple interesting places, but it all added to it. You know, I mean, everyone was on drugs and drinking, and it was just like this chaos, but it was total like anarchy, and that's where we just gravitated to. I have no idea why or how, but that's just the scene that we were in. And then finally, I was like, all right, we need to kind of branch out. I don't want to just play the boroughs. Like, we should try, you know, going across the country, or even if we can't go too far, northeast or maybe down to Miami or something, and, you know, we'll start booking. So we started doing small routes. You know, I would be sitting in the library at school for literally 12 to 13 hours a day researching what venue, what bands to ask to come, and who has a following, and how we can budget everything and
So
get
you were managing too.
yeah, everything. Booking, managing, doing the marketing. I mean, it's a lot, but I love it. So it is what it is, you know? So we started doing that. Pandemic hits. And we had a couple of really good opportunities come through. Like we did, we were sponsored by Vans. We did a Vans thing in Manhattan. We had a couple really cool opportunities come through. More and more, the shows were getting bigger and bigger, and it was really cool. We were playing a lot of awesome college shows. Pandemic hits right when I felt like the momentum was starting to pick up. And, you know, we're like, at that time, we were 6 years into the band. So we were like, who knows?
So wait, I'm gonna interrupt you. So how old? So now you said you were 26.
Yeah.
So
So,
this is-
I was 16 when I
Okay.
was 16.
I'm just
17
trying
when
to put
I
it in
started.
time because that's
Yeah.
a lot to accomplish at such a young age. No, I mean you're doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean, we definitely, which it kind of is why we don't really play as much here. I mean, we definitely weren't really around as much locally anymore, just because I was like, I need bigger shit. I wasn't satisfied. I'm never satisfied. I mean, at the end of the day, but I was like, I need to take this as far as I can. And I just was like drawn to the excitement of meeting new people and networking and how to get here and there. And just, we were always, I mean, we're music kids. Like, we just like how the web just, you know what I mean? Like how to find everybody. And
Oh, we'll talk about that.
yeah, so
It's a journey.
Yeah.
pandemic hits, everything shuts down. I'm like, bands are breaking up left and right. But I have to say, me and the girls have an amazing chemistry. We don't argue. We're very, you know, we have great communication skills. So big part of the reason why we're still together almost 10 years later. We were like, okay, well, we're not going to stop. This is the perfect time to really jump in and focus on the marketing online, because if we can't play live and we don't have to schlep our shit across the country, let's start with production and let's go. We were doing we were mid-recording with somebody, and they didn't even want us recording with them really in their house because of the whole pandemic thing. So I was like, it was taking forever to get the files back, and I was getting so frustrated because we were paying money and we couldn't get these files for like almost a year. It was insane. So last minute, I took everything down. I took all the pictures down. I took all the music down. 2 albums, everything. And we did a 2-song demo at a friend's house, slapped a really dope, like almost like a BC Boys Fisheye cover on. It's called From the Mud. Just kind of talking about like, you know, where we're at. And then did some promos and everything, blasted this shit out. And people were really digging it. It was a completely different sound than what we were doing. We were doing like kind of like Bikini Kill punk stuff, and then I don't know, we just grew up, we matured, and I was like, we're grunge girls, like let's lean more into the Nirvana Deftones shit. So people were picking up on it. We started playing our own shows a little bit like a year and a half later. I think the end of 2021 was when people started picking it back up, and then boom, we got our first national tour offer with this band called Destroy Boys, who are now our best friends. But they were really big at the time, and they were going on their first US run. So capacities of like 250 to 500 every night in every major city. The route was going to be like 5 weeks, which is really long for your first run. We did it. Every show was sold out. We were direct support. We had the best slot. We sold the most amount of merch I've ever sold. Like it was literally a dream. It was a dream. Like I'm so grateful for the experience. So, but it started in California and ended in California. So I rented a van. I drove all the way to Anaheim.
This is the stuff movies are made of.
Yeah, seriously.
And we had this conversation just last week. It's not like it seems like going on tour is like a tour bus. It's fun.
Yeah.
No, at this level, it's not fun. It's like renting a minivan,
Right.
pulling
Sleeping.
a trailer behind
Yeah.
you, wanting to murder
And
everybody.
washing it with a hose.
Well,
on the side of the
so the
street.
first few tours I did have a minivan or a Sprinter, but I had a Connect and I rented this luxury van. Had a TV in it and lights, and it was all Captain. I mean, this thing is pimped out, all decked out. So I was like, we're riding comfortable. So we booked it there, saw the country completely through for the first time, cried like with my best friends. Like, we're doing it. This is our first real opportunity. Let's really go into this and prove ourselves, because we didn't know any industry people from Staten Island. Like, we were really doing everything ourselves, but that was the first introduction to like, okay, this is the next tier. Like, you put in your work. Now you kind of start to hear like, who is their management? Who are their agents? Who are they signed with? Who are they connected to? What's their roster like? And then you start to kind of connect the dots a little bit. And especially if you have a really good rapport with them and you're on the road and everyone's getting along, it's even better, because then they're going to be like, yo, my friends, they did really well. They hyped the crowd up. You should have them open. And that's kind of how that started. Yeah, so we do the first US tour. And then after that, it was just like, I got another email while I was on the road where they're like, hey, March, are you around for this person? Yes. Okay, April, are you around for this person? Yes. So now I'm like just emailing, boom, boom, boom. That's how I got in contact with my first. He wasn't my agent, but he had reached out to us, Nick Storch, who is Limp Bizkit's agent. So just me talking to him, and then just overflowing, like who you keep meeting. And, you know, all these people were like, these girls have no team, they have no agent, no manager, no label, and they're touring. They have they're on time. Their sets are lively. People are going crazy. Like, it was just easy for people to book us. You know what I mean? Because we were really so passionate. Yeah, we didn't really need anybody. So, right, January 2022. So literally the next month, when I got home from that first big tour, we opened up our company, Jigsaw Youth LLC. Because at the time I had no idea, you know, how much money we were going to run through. So go back,
talk about the name, right? Because we're going to talk about branding. Where'd it come from?
So Jigsaw Youth is a Bikini Kill song. When we were younger.
Mike knew that.
He knew that. When we were younger, there's just like some lines in there. It's just talking about like girls that just don't fit your definition, like wild cards. And we were like, I mean, really at the end of the day, yeah. Like, I had my good girlfriends and shit, but like I didn't belong anywhere. Like, I was dressing all crazy, into crazy shit. Like, I just needed, you know, we were in like a lot of environments where there's like violence involved. Like, that was not what was going down when we were teenagers over here. So how to tie this in, because it's even a little crazier. Before I met Maria, my art teacher in school came over to me one day randomly, I swear to God. He had a rip out from a magazine and gave it to me on the table. And it was the lead singer of Bikini Kill. It was like a whole article on them. And I was like, I had never heard of them. I was like, who is this? Bikini Kill. He goes, I don't know why. Something told me to give this to you. I don't know why. And I'm like, okay. I didn't really pay too much attention. Then I meet Maria and she's like, yeah, my favorite band's Bikini Kill. I'm like, oh, that's so funny. Like, last month someone gave me this clipping about them. Like, I just heard about them. Yeah. And then we name ourselves Jigsaw Youth, because right when she said it, it was like one of those things where like, there's no second guessing. Yeah. That's it. I just felt like we could do so much with it. And then, you know, Bikini Kill had been broken up for literally probably 20 years. All of a sudden, they get back together the next year, and they start going on their first...
It's good for your brand, too.
Right. Well, two of the members got together, and they were doing a tour with the Julie Rue, and now Bikini Kill is back. But, you know, Kathleen was playing at the House of Vans in Brooklyn, and this is before we put our first demo out. And we went. Swear to God. Now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna see the girl that was just in the magazine clipping, like full circle. Maria's like, bro, Kathleen's behind us right now. I'm like, really? Turn around. There she is. Little thing. I'm like, we got to say something to her, because, you know, we're named after her song. And she choked, like completely choked. So I was like, Kathleen, I just want to say, you know, we're in a band called Jigsaw Youth and we love you and we want to just carry on the torch for the, you know, the movement and everything, like just aggressive girls in the industry. She literally jumped up and down, gave me a huge hug, and she was just like, take over New York, take over. And we were like, oh, this is real. And then she gets up on stage in front of like 1,000 people and she's like, this song goes out to these two girls I met in Jigsaw Youth and I wish them the best. And like, it just really, from the magazine clipping to meeting Maria randomly online to meeting her, it was just such a
serendipity.
Such a cosmic thing, you know what I mean?
Very good.
Yeah. So,
I read the cereal box this morning. Serendipity.
Right.
Listen, don't steal my move. I do that on purpose.
And it's
I have to.
but it's nice too that you met like someone you actually like, and
Oh, yeah.
was actually nice, because it's a lot of times you meet the celebrity and you're like, he was an asshole.
Yeah, you're like, I hate
Yeah, no, for sure. A
Better off
lot
not
of
knowing
times.
them.
Right.
Yeah.
not having met that person.
Now, did you ever get to meet him again?
No, we had an opportunity where maybe she was gonna be around one day because I wanted to tell her like we were the girls, like, but no, I haven't seen her. No,
Power of social media. Just DM them.
Yeah.
she's got. We did.
Oh,
She's got so many followers.
Just keep at it.
Yeah. Just
keep trying.
Persistence every day.
Yeah.
So let's pull it back like COVID, right?
Right.
So did you jump on the Twitch bandwagon, YouTube? Did you do any of that?
Not really. We never made a Twitch. My YouTube stuff, I didn't go so hard. I did put the promos or the music videos and the visual stuff on there, but they weren't doing well. It was really like I was focusing so much on the music and the photo shoots, just because our followers, they're really Instagram heavy.
But you look at so I'm a big Falling in Reverse, and you look at Ronnie Radke and what he's done on Twitch and the followers he's grown.
Yeah.
And then a YouTube, like a cover band. Have you ever heard of Halocene?
No.
They were in Arizona, now they're in Tennessee, just from YouTube doing cover songs and
Right.
have exploded like millions. You're trying to get bigger than New York.
Yeah.
You have the ability to do it. Just
Yeah.
get like you said, you wrote a song on Skype pre-pandemic. So because that's the hard part is like working together remote.
No, we talked about it. There's definitely pockets of marketing that I'm not on, that I haven't even tapped into, and that's my fault. There's really no good excuse. The only excuse that I have is that I'm doing everything else, so I need to, and I work but it doesn't matter. Like, I need to get on it, and Twitch was one of them, or Discord, where we were like, what would we even do on there? Because I'm also
Just have
not. Yeah,
Right? Just have
get it.
Just get it.
But because I'm not a girl that's
Post
like
downloads, right? Post
right.
song, they could download them. They could share
Well,
'em.
that or like I'm nasty
Where the
at
tours
Guitar
are.
Hero.
you
I'm
go.
so nasty.
And people like
People like that. People watch
they
you
would
play.
watch me
They'll watch
play.
you
People-
and the thing you said is you have to work, right?
Yeah.
But if you don't put the work into you, like we've all been there,
Yeah.
like start our own business, and I didn't excel until I made that risk and that jump and left my job.
Yeah.
When you look at the numbers on YouTube and Twitch, you could be making way more than you make at, wherever it is you
yeah.
work. I don't know if we're bringing that up, where you work.
I don't care.
But,
We can get into that later.
right. But where you work, you could be making way more just by getting the followers, because once the views come, we figured out like Finn McKenty, he's at like 1.6.
Right.
And when he told us how much, he's making well beyond, I think it was $1 million
As
in
a
just
side gig.
as just
Doing something
being
he
paid.
loves.
Yeah.
Doing something he loves.
Yeah, it's TikTok. There's just sites aside from Facebook and Instagram that just statistically have more impressions on people. They don't show whoever's following. Only, Instagram only shows your content to 10% of your followings,
Right.
whereas TikTok doesn't. And just as far as music goes, and I'm sure anything else, it takes an average of 6 impressions on a viewer to convert over to go click your Spotify link. And that it is true, because
Right.
there's even people that I've seen on my Instagram where I wasn't following them, and it took literally roundabout 6 times before I was like, who are these? And then I go, and now I'm like a fan. So as far as that goes, 100%. I mean, I still have mad shit to work on as far as my broadcast goes with the band. I'm doing all right for where we're at right now, but that's one of the conversations that we literally just had, because we were going to go on tour with Corey Taylor earlier this year, and it got canceled 20 days before.
That's
Go
Slipknot,
go
just
all
so
the
you
way
know.
back. Go all the way back. Would you say that too?
Slipknot.
Okay. Go.
Come on, you don't know Slipknot? Are you kidding?
Anyway,
Where am I?
It doesn't matter. Makes no difference. But go back to
probably
when you
never
were
even
talking
heard
about
them.
all the digital stuff. So you're not leveraging all the platforms Mike just mentioned, but what
Yeah.
was the breakthrough platform that you
Instagram.
leveraged? That was the one that put you over the
Yeah,
edge.
for sure. Yeah.
And that's your highest performing.
Yeah.
And Instagram's great, but it's not you don't make money on it. Instagram is like, that's like the gateway to get you to others.
I
Right?
mean, honestly, as far as that goes, we make our money just because we really are like an actual authentic rock band.
Right.
We have to be on the road. I have to be on the road.
Right,
Like,
you have to be selling merch. You have
yeah,
that's where, you
that's
make
where
your
my
money.
money's at. Like, yeah, I
But
can
you
get
could
the
be
stream.
selling merch on YouTube.
I sell
And instead
merch.
of
Like, I have.
And you have an e-commerce store.
Yeah, I have a store. I see the orders come in, but it's definitely can I make my platforms better and really start honing in on, the replays and the streams for sure. But like, I need to be on the road. That's really where the income is.
But a touring band is tough because it's amazing. And then all of a sudden what happens is you meet someone, you have a kid, now that stuff, when you could be all here and then and still make money on YouTube.
Well,
and
I'm not. Honestly,
I'm just
relationships. I don't do them. I don't have time. I cannot sacrifice my.
She's committed.
That's it.
No, I'm not even kidding you. Like people, they think I'm joking. Like I'm not. I can't have kids. I can't. Like I could date, and I have, but at the end of the day, it's so empty because they don't get what I'm trying to do. It almost seems like a hobby. It's not really real. Other than that, I literally can't. I don't have the time, and it's like not really fair to them. Unless you're cool with me leaving town for like a month or two at a time, and then I come back and I still have to do music shit. So like on the weekends, I have to go to rehearsal. I have to do photo shoots, and like
It's work.
that's just my passion. So
Are you documenting the journey? Because I feel like this is a great like Netflix special.
yeah. So I think collectively between the three of us, there's different types of documentation. Like I was journaling for a while, and I kind of stepped away. Maria journals a lot, so it's like physical writings of our journey, and then like. The past year, I would say, we went pretty heavy on like having a digicam or something where we're just, this is us in the studio, this is us driving across the country, and
that's not on a YouTube channel. You
No.
have all the content.
I need a good editor.
The hardest thing is getting clients to create content.
Yeah,
That's what
and,
we always
and,
say.
there-
Yeah.
and there's services out there. Like there's Be Creative is unlimited
They're a good
editing
one.
where you literally just send the video and,
And
they
they
make
take
the
care of it.
content and the
Yeah,
reels and
you know
stuff.
what it is? I've tried with some marketing people, and like
Marketing people are the worst. Just
yeah,
they're terrible.
you know what it is? I am really
he hasn't even spoken. I don't know. I think he's sick.
I'm really anal on
You
what
guys
I
won't
need.
shut up.
Well, but
I'm really particular, and I'm not out of pocket. I'm very particular on what I need this to look like. Like, why are we
You could say
clipping?
you're a control freak. We've gathered
not
this from
even
the
really,
last
like,
20 minutes. You know, I'm actually afraid to stand next to you. So we understand where you're coming from. We
Get
got
away
you.
from me.
most people, when we ask for their intro, we
hair on Dan's
throw
arm is
questions
dancing.
in there. You went on for like 6 minutes
Oh my God,
without
so
any.
sorry.
You're like, no,
No,
you're
but that's
fine.
great. sorry.
We have nothing to say. That's why Dan's speechless.
No, you
He's
know what it
looking
is?
for a
I'm a
beer.
passionate person.
He's looking for it.
I'm a passionate person. So I guess it comes off like, yeah, I guess I'm like,
Specifically, you said you wanted 3 females and no,
Yeah.
because you could market it differently. So talk
Right.
about how are you marketing it differently in that respect?
just literally being authentic. Like, we are not just 3 girls that are doing like indie rock from Brooklyn where it's like, I mean, whatever, like, that's
Which is
fine.
exactly what I think of when you
That's
say
fine
it.
if that's what you want to do. Like, that's totally cool in itself, but that's so not what we are. Like, we are really so different. We've established a whole different genre. Like, I've made up a genre, basically a title for it, and I'm pushing, which even more now, like literally this past few months, we've leaned into what we're gonna look like on stage, because we were kind of confused. Like, do I want to look hot? Do I want to look like a Beastie Boy on the stoop? Like, because I'm both of those things. Like, how do we really want to do this? And we leaned into like the early 2000s. Like,
Mike
we
went for
should
the
get
hot look today.
Yeah, you could tell.
I wore my good T-shirt.
We leaned more into like the kind of trashy early 2000s. Like, we should probably get tramp stamps and do our, you know what I mean? That type of thing.
Well, whale tails, which they have
we
in their
do,
photos.
we
I've
do.
seen.
No, I
What's a
have
whale tail?
Seeing on the rock scene.
A whale tail is
don't
when
wanna
the
know.
triangle of your thong is sticking out.
That's called a whale tail?
Yeah,
Okay.
because it looks like a whale tail.
I didn't know.
Or like the string. It's just kind of like,
So
you know,
rock-
Rock
really,
of Love?
really
Yes.
leaning in on the 90s.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Rock of Love.
I used
You
to
knew
stalk
that?
his house. Yes,
Brett?
I lived in Arizona. Yeah, he lived like 2 blocks from me. I mean, I
Michaels.
literally, I drove with Nicole into his driveway because I'd be like, "Oh, Nicole, I know where Brett lives." Driving his driveway, he's standing there
No.
looking at me. I'm like, speeding out.
Okay, so that's my show. Literally my show.
Yeah.
I know like some of the crew on there, like I've talked to them to get the dirt on
Whale
Rock
tail.
of Love because I love it. It's literally a
I get
show
it
of
now.
whale tails. And and pole dancers, and that's like so me.
We were at the last PNC show that they did there for that last season of
The Rock of Love bus.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Checking out the
Pulled
whale
in
tails.
PNC. It was great.
he is a
Fantastic show.
I will
Listen, I
say,
have the
Poison is a
hair.
good band.
I love Brett Michaels.
He's good.
He is so cool. So yeah, that's kind of, and people like literally at shows, they're like, you look like a Rock of Love girl. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I've made it.
I'm in. I'm in.
You've been on tour with some major names. Can you share some of those names? And then also you got something coming up, right? You're about to head out.
Yeah. So we're going on tour this week with Des Rocks, who's also a New York guy. Didn't know until last night from Long Island.
That's not New York.
God.
Oh no, here we go. Anyway,
Speechless.
anyway, Yeah, he was the one we were supposed to go on tour with Corey Taylor with, and then shit fell through, unfortunately.
Corey Taylor's a big deal, right? You told me.
Slipknot?
Yes.
Stone Sour, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, so we did open up for Megadeth last fall
It's not my thing.
and Biohazard. Do you like Megadeth? Do you know Megadeth?
He has no idea who
Why
Megadeth.
are you giving me that eye? What the hell's the difference?
These are like massive names.
I'm very
But to
excited.
be fair, he's named rap people. I mean, I've had no idea who they were.
What are you,
So
a freestyle dude?
I like everything. I'm just not a rock
Listen to
guy.
Debbie Deb?
you've never. You can't say you like everything if you don't listen to rock.
I don't turn it off. I just don't have a preference.
right, good.
I don't
I'm
have a
gonna start on the
preference.
radio when we're
Right, I
together.
just don't have a preference. And yes, I've heard of Slipknot. My nephew likes Slipknot.
Your nephew likes Slipknot.
No, to
Who are
be
the guys-
fair,
who are
his
the guys
nephew
that-
is
who
only
are the
like a
guys that
year
wear
younger
the,
than me.
No,
Okay.
no, not that nephew. My nephew in Jersey. Who are the guys that wear the corn bags on their head?
Oh my God!
Like the sacks. Like the sacks on their head.
Yeah, Slipknot wears
Oh, that's
masks
what it
and
is.
Yeah, they
stuff.
I even know what
Or
they look
let's-
like.
yeah.
See, I'm all over it, bro. I'm all over it.
Wait a minute. What?
I'm all over
like
it.
Like
I
a
mean,
burlap sack? What are you
Yeah, like a
talking
burlap
about?
sack. That's what I'm talking about.
Who wears the sax on their head? So you mean like one of
That's
the
it.
greatest
I got it.
bands of all time?
One of the greatest
Oh my
bands
God.
of all time. All right.
You can't knock Buckethead.
Yeah, that's
People like
fine.
that.
Listen.
People do weird things.
Oh God.
Good, Dan.
Yeah. So we did a one-off with Megadeth and Biohazard and On
Megadeth.
Earth.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's what we were.
we were just saying it already.
You just act like you knew because you just heard it 2
I
minutes
know
ago.
who Megadeth is. I don't know what song. I couldn't tell you what song they sing, but I know who they are.
Anyway,
It's all right. Don't worry about it.
our first tour was with Destroy Boys. They're getting bigger and bigger every year. They just got off tour with Turnstile and Blink 182, so they're doing their thing. We went with Sasami. Who else? I mean, I'm trying to think of like big names because all the others, I feel like they're already.
How are you doing this without a record deal, without a manager, without like how are you?
Because
how are you
I'm
putting this all
I
together?
am unhinged. I don't take no for an answer. I pitch my life away on the phone to these random people, and I tell them, I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like when my agent first called me because someone else that we knew said to us, like, because she saw what we were doing, she's like, who's your booking agent? I was like, me. Who's your manager? Me. Like, help me out. Give me somebody.
You get further by trusting people because then you're able. That we've been trying to get him to do because he was the
Trying
guy that
so
had to do
hard,
everything,
so hard.
and he's finally realizing by
Took 10
hiring
years.
people. You got to trust people. And I know it's hard.
I still don't really
but
trust them,
because
but
you find someone that's really good,
Yeah.
and now you can focus on what you
Well,
really
it depends
enjoy.
on what it is. Like, I know that in my head, like, it's about trust, but it's also like, literally, I look at their roster and I'm like, does this person have a bigger network than me? Because I can only do so much. I need to write music. Like, can they negotiate and get higher, settlement
Right.
checks and stuff? All right, let's do it because, they'll make money too. And so she told her agent to give me a call. He called me while I was en route somewhere. And he was on the fence, like when we first spoke. I had this dude on the phone for like an hour and a half, just being like, bro, I'm on time. You don't have to worry about it. Like I have everything. We're putting shit out in a timely manner.
2024. All that matters is if you're on time. Like it's like my staff. They no one shows up. It's the young kids. They're like,
No.
she's like, I'm on time.
No, I'm being
I'll be
real.
there. If I say I'll be there, I'll be there.
Listen, it takes a lot. Do you know how many bands are loose
Oh
cannons?
my God,
Do you know
yeah.
how many small business owners on Staten Island don't show up for meetings? That's what you're looking at.
Because
Right.
they're standing around looking at the
Yeah.
They all stand around looking at the eclipse. That's what I'm telling you.
Because nothing is worse than having a client that's
Why were you
unreliable,
late?
Oh,
right?
yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, because if they know they book you and you need to be there to open, you need to be there.
Right.
And the younger generation, I'm not going to attack a whole generation because
You can.
But
Maybe someone
but they
listening
don't
is going
get
to pay
that.
attention and wake
Yeah,
up.
no, I know. I mean, I've been on tour
Golden
with
River.
headliners that don't show up to their own sound check on time, and then I'm beat out of a sound check even though I was on time. I don't like it.
Right.
So I also want everyone to see that, like, I have it down. I'll have all because you have to advance to all the venues and get all the paperwork done and just all that type of stuff. So it's like, I need to count them. I got it. Just literally go out there. You don't have to fix anything because I'm fixing everything. Just get me gigs. So I was just telling him, I'm like,
That could be the slogan. That could be a T-shirt.
right,
I get you gigs.
right.
I just want one instance where David bleeps out my mouth. That's what I said.
Right.
Just wait
So-
till it.
Yeah, he
just want
jumped
one.
on. He jumped on because I was like, dude,
great.
But I'm nowhere, my team is still really small. I let go of our managers in December because they weren't doing anything for me. And I was like, well, I'm not going to give you any money if you're not going to get me anything.
I'm half
I mean,
Jewish, so
it's
I could be a
okay.
manager.
It's good to have standards, right? I mean, like if somebody's not matching the quality you expect or that you could do yourself, then what's the point?
Yeah.
What do you think about the whole music industry at large? And this is a hard question, but how do you feel people are marketing and branding themselves effectively and ineffectively, right? So you said you don't have time to do it, but you're in it. You're immersed in it. So even if you're not an active participant per se daily, you follow people, you see what people are putting out, you look at their content. What do you feel is effective and not effective?
I was like a stickler on putting out promo that was like really high def and like really cinematic almost. And I've realized that it's actually just bit me in the ass because it's like I spend a lot of money on it, and people when they're online they think it's an ad because it's not really like relatable. So no matter how good it is, it's really just like going in one ear and out the other. So I think the more and more as we are going through the years, like things are circling back, the VHS, the digicam, the shaky, like, you know, not stabilized videos, really quick cuts, which should always be a thing. That's my biggest thing with editors. I'm like, why is this frame longer than 2 seconds? And they're like, gonna kill themselves. And I'm just like, please. But things like that, like it needs to be cut quick and just look fun and not as high quality because then anyone can like relate to that. You know what I mean?
So the Gary, you know who Gary V is? You ever hear of Gary V?
No.
You don't have to. It's fine. I don't know who Megan
know.
is. It's fine. Either way, it's the Gary V model. Just take your phone, create content, and go. Hit record.
But I'm also like not into half-ass shit, so that's what I'm struggling with. I don't want it to look like I just did it on my phone, but I want it to look like VHS-y, like 90s shit, so I have the digicam. I literally have the footage. I just need to pay someone that I can rely on clipping it.
.co.
And I guess.
So here's the question.
I'm just nervous that they're not going to do it the way that I need.
No
but,
question.
But when you use a service like that, you basically send it, and then
They'll
they
as many
learn.
edits as you want.
They make the edits. It's not like hiring a freelancer that's you're paying for one project and then you're done.
Right.
With them, you're subscribing to them. They're becoming and they're learning your brand, and they learn. In the beginning, it's going to be tough. But after a month and a half of working with them, they start to learn what you like, and then they just throw it out.
What scares you more? 3 to 4 days of zero content on your platforms, or 3 days of content that you just don't think are like Golden Globe winning?
Yeah,
So
I
no
don't,
content versus.
Yeah, it's not the
You'd
right
rather have-
answer. It's not the right answer, but that's where I'm at currently, and I'm gonna change it because I've literally like went so heavy on getting
Because those
media.
3, 4, 5 days without any content is something that could be.
No, I agree.
And you never know what's going to go viral, right? Just to be
heard on
clear,
here.
none of us know anything.
But we've heard on here a lot too that the home video stuff is forgivable,
Right.
as long as the audio is good.
Right, yeah, 100%. It's definitely like I would say every time we do a rebrand or every day is Jigsaw day for us. It's like we always have the group chat is always popping off with what we need to do and scheduling out the next 6 months I'm booked until October right now, so we're kind of plotting out, all right, when are we going to release this and that? That's the next person that I really need to dive in and find someone that's going to, but also it's hard because it's like I need someone that's going to trust the vision and be okay with I'm not going to be able to pay you $2,000 to do everything every other day. I need you to work with me, and then the more we work, the higher your pay will get.
Interns.
Yeah. Well, then you get people that aren't really that skilled, and it's like this whole thing where it's like I need someone that knows what they're doing and that they're going to be a part of this family. I hate outsourcing for one project. I do. So that's why
you got to find somebody who's bought in and they're willing to take that risk.
I had somebody, and then he just started falling to shit later on. Then I was just like, all right, we're done. Because like if you can't even hit the deadlines, you know what I mean? Like there's hard deadlines for certain releases. So if you send me something a month after I put it out, it's kind of like, what am I supposed? I'm on the next thing already. So that's something that we already talked about, getting on TikTok and trying to.
So you're currently not on TikTok?
We have one, but I do not put anything on there.
And that's the quick, easy one.
I'm just going to look because I'm curious.
So,
I don't have anything on there.
It's
one thing that I like
Jigsaw
to
Youth.
do on here.
I don't even know.
She doesn't even know it.
Maria runs it. I don't even know.
So the one thing we've done on here that's worked for others is I like to sometimes challenge people.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing we hear and like from a lot of people is persistence, just doing it and keep it going. You're going on tour. You're gonna have some time in the bus, right? However, the Sprinter.
Yeah.
You should check out our podcast with Finn McKenty. Check out the Punk Rock MBA. That's his YouTube, and just try to reach out to him.
Yeah.
Because he's interviewing bands, and all you could get.
Put in a word, bro.
And literally,
he was great.
All I did
Is
was
this you? You have 600 followers. You don't even know what it is? Is that your page?
That's our page.
But that's your page.
Yeah, I didn't post any of this.
And all I did to book him was message him on LinkedIn. Hey, here's we are. And that's all. Sometimes we try. Like I'm trying to get right now for them to get Keanu Reeves on here.
Okay.
I found Keanu Reeves' agent and gave it. I said, just try. What's the worst time to say no?
When we were younger, we went on Google and found every band that we love's agent or their manager, and then we would blast email them like once a year. Did anyone get back? Not really.
But all it takes is the stars to align, a solar eclipse.
Yeah. Well, they hit back. They'll hit back and be like, cool. It's like one of those surface.
Right.
But then later on, when I meet them in person years later, they're like, oh wait, that name is familiar. I'm like, yeah, because I was like 18 years old and I reached out to you.
All it takes is one.
Yeah.
And if you don't play the Lago, you can't win the Lago.
Right.
Where do you think? I mean, you've had huge success, even though they're making fun of me because I don't know all the band's names. But regardless, huge success. And it's all DIY. Mm-hmm. Do you think you'd be, how many times different? Let's say 5x, 10x, 20x better if you had all the power of social media. I just showed you I just showed you an account that had 600 people you didn't even know.
Yeah, I need
so in other words,
our ratio compared to the other stuff, like on Instagram, we have like 19,000. Like,
right.
So
you're vested in Instagram, though.
Yeah, our Instagram is our most, it performs really well. Our Facebook's okay, has like 5,000.
TikTok's the easiest one to get music out.
Yeah.
Because all you need is put something out, put a great video, people like it, and then they want to reuse that song.
Right.
Now your song is going around.
You got original music.
No,
Right.
I know. I
You're not
need
even
to
getting
hire.
copyright.
I need to hire
Like the
a
rest of us.
marketing because I am doing every other thing financially with the band as well. I want to show up, be myself, and have people catch these organic moments. Clip away, start clipping, start sending it to me because I'll be on it all day. I'll schedule it. I don't care, but I don't have that's when when you're like a sponge and you've soaked up the most you can. Like I need to start hire, but then I tell like my other band members like start doing it. But it's just
you need that because while you're on tour, that's your ability. You focus on what you do and let the people hear.
Yeah.
Just do what they need to do. Social media,
London.
and you shouldn't be hiring it within. You shouldn't be. You're too small, and even like the big bands, right? Like they don't have in-house staff. A lot of times they're hiring agencies.
Well,
because an
it's
agency,
right? Exactly.
That's what their bread and butter is.
But kind of a lot of big bands really hire one person that they just met, that's by themselves, not even with an agency. They're just on the road.
D-Rock.
Yeah, they start taking pictures and like they just so happen to be doing it. Like you'd be surprised. A lot of them aren't actually hiring agencies. It's like homies that are just really good and passionate because they see the vision. They're on the road with them. They feel like they're a part of the band. That's the connection that I need.
I think that, and I get it, but I think that's more people trying to categorize it, but there's still somewhere else, bigger picture. That's an overall marketing company.
When you get this episode, right? Because we're gonna give it to you. You should, however you do it, you should be able to cut this up into like minimum 60 pieces of content.
No, that's why I'm here. Yeah.
We thought it was because of Dan's hair. No.
Those are locks.
That's
Hair
a
plugs.
different jingle.
That's one of his other shows. He's got like 5 or 6 shows. This guy. He's world famous.
No, but that's why I was like, all right, he hit me up. So it's like, all right, let's get in there before I leave Friday because I have a lot to talk about.
No, we
How long you
appreciate
gone
it.
for this week?
Like 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Yeah, not too long. And then I'm home, and then we play Aftershock and Louder Than Life with Slipknot and Korn and Slayer in the fall.
Corn.
My stepsister is actually the nanny for.
Do you realize every time we're on the show, you have an additional family member?
Yeah.
How many
He just
brothers?
talks about it the same way.
How many brothers and sisters does he have? He's like my other brother.
I have a real brother, 2 stepbrothers, 1 stepbrother, 2 stepsister, but she's the nanny for Disturbed. So went on tour. So what's Dave?
She's the nanny?
She's the nanny for the kid that travel for his kids.
That's cool.
I think she's a photographer too, so she does like all.
See, double whammy. They have an authentic connection because she's watching his kid. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. She goes on tour with him. She lives in Greece, and then when they go on tour,
awesome.
they take her.
Yep.
But it's different though than like it's.
Put in
it's
a
like,
word, bro. I'm trying to
I'll
open
put
up for
the word.
Disturbed.
There you go. I'll put the word in. But it's different though, right? It's a double-edged sword because social media makes it easy. But it's different too because like when I was in my 20s, how did I find new bands, right? Trust Kill Records would have a CD that had all the top. Drive Through Records would
You
have.
lost me at Trust Kill Records.
Yeah, of course they did. But they don't have that now. Like it's every,
Infinity Records on Holland Boulevard. That's where it all happened. Remember
and kids,
Infinity?
you're finding music on social media. That's where I find bands.
No, for sure. I mean, I was still rocking CDs in high school, and that was not a thing for everybody. I don't think Spotify was even out when I was in high school. Everyone was still downloading stuff.
I like CDs.
Well, you.
I like the artwork behind them.
I mean, we
Dan
made
remembers when
CDs by
they were
hand
making
and
them
we
on
sell
rocks.
them. Yeah.
Click, click, click.
Like,
I was watching. It was I think on TikTok a video of like they complain now don't text and drive. Like here was me in my 20s. I had the
flipping through
CD
the
book.
book.
I'm like
Yeah.
driving.
right. Like, what's the difference?
I was like
Yeah.
literally have the CD out.
It was like
trying
the
to
dishwasher.
top.
Remember? You just
Yeah.
shake it. Oh, good, there it was.
Yeah, except we were listening to different music.
Doesn't matter. Same thing. And you always had the Chinese guy selling them in the street. At least it's
Not the CDs I bought.
Not the CDs you bought.
I was
$5
making my own
I would
CDs.
go into Major Records on Beeman,
Major Records.
and I would go in and look through their sections and the and I would
No
get
one knows
whatever.
Infinity. You don't remember Infinity Records? You're too
Infinity
young.
Records.
Where's Infinity?
Major's
Records?
the last one standing, right?
It doesn't matter. No one knows Infinity Records.
I used to go Sam Googie.
On Staten Island?
Yeah.
Major Records is the last one.
It's the only one.
Like still around?
All the
Yes.
DJs, everybody
Selling
would go to
CDs.
Infinity
Next to
Records.
Dylan's Candy Shop on right off of Forest.
They still sell CDs.
Of course, that's all that and vinyl.
Who remembers Coconuts?
Well, vinyl's back.
Well, they sell DVDs
Stupid.
too.
But
DVDs.
Yeah.
Shows.
But I would go in there. They sell CDs for $1. I was getting like
right.
whole records, James Brown's greatest hits and shit. I was
Cassette singles.
just
Dude.
yeah.
All right, so we're talking CDs. Good, you play guitar, right?
Yeah.
Do you buy your guitars locally on the island, or are you sponsored?
I'm not sponsored. I do re-up equipment at Rustic, but I don't buy my guitars from there. I usually try to shop and find a deal on Reverb, or if I buy something new, I'm usually getting it like online.
And
I had
what's
custom
what's
Fender made.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's the only guitar brand you know, too.
That's
Fender.
exactly true.
I'm a Gibson girl.
Gibson.
Yeah.
Debbie.
Debbie Down.
She doesn't know who Debbie Gibson is. Go ahead.
I'm disgusted.
PRS. PRS is way better.
Debbie Gibson.
For the shit that I'm doing though, like,
Ibanez.
yeah, but you know what the Ibanez is? I rock a PV. It's way too hot.
Last time I rocked the PV, I couldn't walk for a couple days.
So do you play Les Paul?
Yeah, so I have
Back to your Zeppelin roots.
yeah, exactly. So my first Les Paul was, my Jimmy Page tribute, and then I also have an Explorer. That's like my cool little fun one, and then I got a BC1 Billy Corgan series, The Reverend.
Sure.
For
I know who that is.
Do you? Who is it?
Nirvana, no?
Come on,
Smashing
holy
Pumpkins.
shit!
All right, either way, I knew who he was. Kurt Cobain.
Nirvana, right?
Kurt Cobain.
I will say, as much as I do like Courtney Love, like Hole is
She's
a great
fantastic.
band.
Yeah.
She killed Kurt Cobain, but I allegedly, I can't really get the event. But that is a great band.
I remember seeing her at Lollapalooza when Lollapalooza like toured. It wasn't just in one town.
Oh,
Yeah. No, listen, when it comes to stage performance and the whole kinder whore thing that she was establishing and just girls that were coming out and playing like hard rock, Jennifer's Body, like
Kinder whore?
lived through
Is that what you
kinder
said?
whore. Yeah, it's like, how she would dress. Do you know who Courtney Love?
I just like that you said Kinder whore.
That's what
I
they're
immediately-
calling it now.
I immediately go to my son's Italian treats made by Kinder. I have them in my house. They're fantastic.
That's what they're calling it
they
now.
come with a treat.
He's talking about the chocolate.
It's the first thing I think of.
The orange and the white.
First thing I think of.
Kindle. That's
Listen,
what
you know what? I think of it the other way around. If any of these people, if these guys did a better job, then they'd penetrate markets like mine. There's a
you
lot
go.
of me
True.
walking
Oh,
around Staten Island.
like the rock shit?
I'm just saying, yeah.
Maybe you're just a Staten Island idiot walking around. You don't even know.
There's so many
I
of
like
us,
her.
though.
She can say he's that.
No, I know.
But there's so many of us. There are so many of us.
No, listen, it wasn't. Well, now it's coming back. I don't know if you guys see it on your end, but like.
She just called us old.
No, I don't mean that. I don't mean that.
I don't know if they,
I mean,
if they serve this in the senior
no.
citizen
I
home
mean,
that
based
you live
off
in.
of your actual likes, on social media and what's coming through. Do you see that there's a new metal thing that's obviously very present now,
You
like
have
Limp
to listen
Bizkit?
to punk. You have to listen to Punk Rock NBA. He talks about that.
Wait,
Yeah, it's
well, I'm
coming back.
asking rap over
I
here.
don't.
No, he-
I'm a bad example.
No,
I'm a bad
because
example.
again, it's based on what we like, right? So if the content I'm engaging with, it's showing me and forcing that kind of re-engagement and the
That's what I mean.
revitalization.
Yeah.
He's not going to see it.
But it's they're
but
they're
the
doing a
90s back like that.
Yeah.
Everything comes full circle. Everything-
has been strong. It's really come back hard.
Well, but punk rock was like pop punk was dead, and Machine Gun Kelly brought that back. And like, who would ever expect Machine Gun Kelly and to revitalize punk rock? And you might disagree. And I love that album. Like, and during COVID, he was another one that did it right. And he brought it back. Like, punk rock is thriving now. Do you watch Emo's Not Dead? Do you watch his? Oh,
I don't. I really cannot listen to MGK at all. But respect,
But have
based
you ever
on
listened to his
numbers.
punk?
Yeah, I hate it.
Really?
Hate it.
Oh, so good.
Now she's on my
Down-
team.
and like the way he made like the 45-minute YouTube video, like his,
Yeah, I
it's a
couldn't
full
even
movie.
I couldn't get through it.
Really?
Couldn't get through it. I couldn't
See,
relate.
I'm way too soft. Like she definitely liked that heavy stuff.
Well, it's not even that, because I can get down with a lot of different genres. It was just the authenticity of it wasn't like, I was not resonating with it, because I came from like literally playing basements that were like sinking into the ground, where like people were like strung the fuck out, but they were there for a reason. Like this was like our only escape for
Right.
like, you know what I mean? And like, you know, he has like a whole different background and creds. I mean, he's obviously killing it. He has a great team. You know, I'm pretty sure he's signed with Travis Barker, who's a really,
Yes.
really amazing producer, and just
Know who that
overall
is.
has a great grip. He has a great grip on the industry.
Take your Irish
So
music and shove it up
respect.
your ass.
Machine Gun Kelly wants you to go on tour. You'll go on tour.
So listen, I think what she's saying, like, right? So like her music is leaning towards innovation of a lot
Right.
of different
Yeah.
things, and she's not just doing what's popular or what's trending,
Which
you
is
know,
good.
And that's
But that's how
what's
you
gonna-
carved out
There's
your area.
a pocket. There's a pocket that you need to ride, because you can't be like you to everything, because it's also not going to help. I just tell everyone, you just have to be literally authentic, because I've also had where like major companies and industry people are like, they like it, but you're not manufactured enough. I've been told that twice the past month, and I'm like, okay, well, I just played in front of almost 2,000 people tonight, and nothing's going to stop me because you think I'm not manufactured enough. So, you know, some people just don't know.
That's where social media helps. The
So
ability
go ahead,
for you
manufacturing
to blow them
to
away.
expand on that.
Yeah, so I literally said, I was like, give me an example. This was like someone that came to one of my shows in LA told me that, and there was a different management company that also kind of hinted at that when I had a meeting with them. You know, give me an example. And he was like, he's on the fence. He thinks, you know, what are they going for that's gonna push them forward and make them special
Right.
more than anyone else? Are they just going for the cool rocker girl thing? And I was like, they've never seen me live. They've never seen us live. There are plenty of girls out there, and I'm sorry, but in my opinion, they're really not that good. I mean, there's a lot of guy bands that aren't that great to me either. But
Nickelback.
but they have numbers.
Know them too.
They have numbers. But
Know them
when
also.
you come to our shows live, we've converted people that don't even like rock. Like, you can even look at us and not even dig
When
the
I'm leaving
actual
tonight and I'm driving home, I'm going to listen to your stuff in the car on the way home. I guarantee you I like it. Just to make sure that everybody thinks I'm just not this rock hating
He's gonna get home.
weirdo.
He's gonna put his
And
track
the new
jacket on and be
stuff-
like, I like this stuff.
Yeah, really. It's like,
I don't know, sip my espresso, and I'll be good.
no, for sure. I mean, the new stuff that we're gonna put out this summer is like so next level from what we have out even now. We're always evolving and in a better way, in my opinion. We're not going backwards. It's getting more intense, harder, and just, you know, just better every single year.
Are you teasing any of it out now?
Not right now. I'm still in the mixing phase. I'm almost done, but it's definitely way more Primer 55, Korn, Deftones, as opposed to the grunge side. So it's a lot more nu metal, a lot more chuggy stuff, a lot more Limp Bizkit. So I think literally just emotionally putting it out this summer is going to be great, because the revival is really back. Like Stained, Creed, Limp Bizkit, like everyone's going back out.
But you put Creed as new metal?
Creed is in the realm of
I
like
like
the marketing
Creed.
for
Creed's
nu metal.
great, but they're
I
not
love
new
Creed.
metal.
They're in that.
what they
They're
are.
in
I like
the
them.
revival of the
Well,
marketing.
yeah, he's on tour.
It's
I'm
like
seeing him, I think. In,
butt rock, which I
Yeah.
hate that word. I hate the genre.
Yeah,
I hate
but
saying it, but
That's
it's
Dan's favorite.
It's
yeah.
in it.
So what she's
loves
saying is her new album is all drop C. That's
The
what
left
she's
side of his car is
Yeah.
butt rock. The right side is whale tail.
Exactly. Yeah, it's
get a
hotter.
t-shirt made.
It's hotter.
But yeah, no, new. It's definitely coming back. I do want to go see Stained. Do you want to go see Stained?
Sure.
I could.
We've lost track of everything. What
I
we're
just
doing
wanna
right
go
now.
see Stained.
Bring it back. Dan, bring it back. Pull us in.
All right.
Pull us
Well,
back.
listen, we appreciate you. We always really appreciate meeting local talent. So, where can we find you on social media? You said Instagram, but what's the handle?
Jigsaw Youth Band
At Jigsaw Youth Band. What
At
about
Jigsaw
website?
Youth
Where we
Band.
buy merch.
on our link tree.
And
Jigsaw
if somebody-
Youth.
Yeah,
if
that's
somebody
the
wants
other-
to reach out to you,
the
book you,
website.
talk to you.
You don't have a website.
They don't have a website. I looked.
No,
it's
we're
all
done.
link tree.
We took away with that.
Why?
No bands are really using it anymore. It's too much, not worth maintaining.
Innovative.
Yeah, it's
a
just here's a
website.
button, boom. No, we had one. It's not even worth it.
Really?
Not worth it. No.
She's like,
Nastacha, Jigsaw Youth, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
I'm Dan Ryan with Staten Island Media Group.
Thanks.
Mike Bloomfield.
Anthony Rapp, and that's a wrap.
It's a wrap.